सबसे बड़ा चैलेंज आपके हिसाब से क्या है आज की डेट में होम ओनर्स का about the fenestration?
If you design a good window, you can save order of magnitude 4 to 5,000 rupees a month on your electricity bill, depending on the size of the house. Basically, when I look at sound insulation, you can boil this down to very few sounds. एक आपका ट्रैफिक का इंजन नॉइज हो गया, ट्रैफिक का हॉकिंग नॉइज हो गया, बर्ड्स के साउंड हो गए, और थंडर एंड लाइटनिंग. These are the 4 big sounds that I have seen customers complain about. Our interest is to make a great house. We will work for the building. In some cases, we get the great opportunity to have the whole building with Schueco. In some not. But we work for the building.
घर पे गीजर लगा हुआ है, गीजर खराब हो गया तो एक नहीं आएगा दूसरा आ जाएगा.
Correct.
Why you are giving so much stress on the after sales service in windows?
We show what happens in our factories.
Yeah.
What it takes to assemble one of the, let's say, the PD.
Right windows, yeah.
Right? Or if you take one of the casement windows.
Yeah.
The number of components that go in, like about 40 articles go into one casement window.
अगर सिस्टम इंटीग्रेटेड होगा तो ही आपको आफ्टर सेल सर्विस भी मिल पाएगी.
We are a roughly 2 billion euro company. We are probably the world's largest system provider globally. We operate in something like 80 countries. The range of solutions that Schueco has: doors, windows, façades, skylights, fire doors, parametric façades, screens, automatic solutions, safety solutions. And hotels come with these kinds of challenges.
Yeah.
And many builders, architects sometimes don't push the engineering limit.
ठीक है, तो वहाँ पे सिर्फ परफॉर्मेंस सिस्टम ही यूज हो सकते हैं, नॉन परफॉर्मिंग सिस्टम यूज नहीं हो सकते, फिल्टर आउट हो जाते हैं.
I tell my mother, I tell my wife, that is a Schueco building. I don't say, that is a builder blockhouse building. That is a Schueco building.
Yeah. You own the project. You own the.
That is our building.
Yeah, that is our thought process.
That is our thought process.
Hello everyone. Welcome to the Damsun Luxe Talks 2, powered by Lumani Schueco. Here we discuss about the performance, innovation, and the latest lifestyle products. So today we are going to deep dive in the fenestration. I am your host, Puneet Garg, CMD of Damsun Group. Today, I have with me very special guest, someone who represents global precision, sustainability, and next-gen technology in the fenestration industry. He is the Managing Director of Schueco India, a brand that needs no introduction in the world of the premium windows, doors, and facades. Please welcome Mr. Shyam.
Thank you, Puneet, for having me here. As one of our oldest and biggest customers, it's my pleasure to welcome you and participate with you in these Lux Talks by Damsun.
Thank you. Thank you for coming, Shyamji. So, coming to the point, what do you think about the bigger picture of the fenestration in India?
So if you look at, I think if I just zoom out a little bit, look at what is happening around the world. 2 words come to mind. The first, whether it be fenestration in private homes, fenestration in projects, or in commercial buildings. I think globally, I would say 2 words come to mind. One is care, and the second is efficiency or productivity. So I think the world is moving in that direction. There is so much of inefficiency in our business. So every company is trying to figure out a way to become more efficient and more productive. At the same time, I think this topic of care, now that manifests in, let's say, let me reduce the carbon content, which then gets to sustainability. That's one form of care. The second is, if you look at private homes, people want a personal experience and want the details to be taken care of. So that is another form of care. So when I think we are looking at our business, we are looking at creating outstanding buildings, but the underlying principles are deep care and productivity.
Very good. बहुत बढ़िया. तो आपने बात की about the homeowners, private residences, care and the performances. तो सबसे बड़ा चैलेंज आपके हिसाब से क्या है आज की डेट में होम ओनर्स का अबाउट द फेनेस्ट्रेशन and what are the challenges you are facing to resolve those challenges, and what is coming up?
So if I look at the longer trend, जो अभी 20 साल 30 साल का ट्रेंड देखेंगे, पहले जब घर बनता था पूरा फोकस कंक्रीट, रेत, पानी, स्टील उस पे रहता था. एंड पीपल हाँ विंडोज तो लग जाएंगे, वो खिड़की लगाने लग जाएंगे. तभी तो टॉयलेट लगाना था, टॉयलेट भी लग जाएगा. आई थिंक व्हाट हैज हैपेंड ओवर टाइम इज I think people have begun traveling a lot across the world.
Exposure हो गया.
Exposure हो गया. And उनको लगता है यार जो डेनमार्क में है मुझे भोपाल में चाहिए. That's it. Right? And मैं भोपाल का नाम ले रहा हूँ, but any town, any city, बॉम्बे हो जाए, भोपाल हो जाए, कुछ भी हो जाए, they want it in their house.
Yeah.
So that need has come.
सबसे बड़ी बात है कि 99% customers are the first time buyers.
And for them they want the best. Because अब ऐसे भी लोग होते हैं जो 4 घर बनाते हैं. उनके लिए तो कंपनी बना लेती है. जो पहली बार अपने पैसे से अपने बेटों के लिए, बेटियों के लिए घर बना रहे हैं, live for the next 20 years. That topic of care comes front and center. I want the best in my house. And I think the second thing that has happened is people have said, money has become less of a challenge in the segment where we operate. So I think people now have the money to spend, but they want the best. Now getting them aware what is the best, I think for us that is the challenge. Because people, when they look at a window, for example, they want to see the view, not the window. We are actually selling the view. अब अगर विंडो दिख गया तो प्रॉब्लम है. अगर आपको पता चल रहा है विंडो में कोई, इट्स लाइक आई ऑलवेज से विंडोज आर लाइक द टीथ. जब तक दांत काम कर रहे हैं आपको पता नहीं दांत है. जब दांतों में दर्द होता है तब याद आता है कि दांत है. And our job is to make sure windows disappear. The second topic is, I think, so that is one challenge. How do you educate people, on performance, on innovation, when there is something that you can't see?
जब आप performance बोलते हो तो क्या-क्या performance की बात कर रहे हो आप?
So from a Windows perspective,
for our viewers, because they are the first time buyers, they don't know about the windows, they don't know about, they see just aluminium frame and the glass. They don't understand इसके अंदर भी कुछ और होता है, या और कोई वर्ड भी है. तो देयर इज ऑफ कोर्स देयर इज अ वर्ड. तो परफॉर्मेंस के बारे में जब आप बात करते हो तो क्या बात करते हो?
So the performance I would put into 2 buckets for all first time buyers. One is performance from the outside and one is performance from the inside. Performance from the outside, yani you have to keep the weather out and the home climate in. So it could be protecting from excess heat. It could be definitely protecting from rainwater not coming in. It could be protecting from safety, theft. The window should be strong enough that people can't break in. So while there is no need for grills anymore, glass and window technology is performed. Now you don't need grills. So safety is one topic. Water ingress is another topic. Heat is another topic. And one very important thing which people never talk about as homeowners, and this bleeds your electricity bill, is leakage of air. Right? Now this is a very small topic, but if you design a good window, you can save order of magnitude 4,000 to 5,000 rupees a month on your electricity bill, depending on the size of the house. So over time, that's a lot of money.
और सबसे बड़ी बात है आपका जो thermal insulation है, that will stay for long. As well as the sound insulation.
And the sound insulation.
Because
exactly.
Horns are honking over day and night.
And that's the last one. So sound insulation. Right? So basically when I look at sound insulation, you can boil this down to very few sounds. एक आपका ट्रैफिक का इंजन नॉइस हो गया, ट्रैफिक का हॉकिंग नॉइस हो गया, बर्ड्स के साउंड हो गए, और थंडर एंड लाइटनिंग. These are the 4 big sounds that I've seen customers complain about. And if you can design a window with these parameters of outside performance, then that's a great window, right? So, and Schueco and along with Lumani, we excel at this, and we look for customers who are getting into these details and say, I want a great house. The window should vanish, but do all this. The second aspect of performance is on the inside. अभी inside में आप देखेंगे windows also contributing to the interiors. It is the interface to the drainage. It is the interface to the marble work. It's an interface to the paint. So what is the detail between the window and the marble? You spend so much of money on the marble.
Yes.
and then your eyes go, agar it's not straight, it is not clean, it is not finished properly, integration to the drainage. So from the inside, it's about aesthetic.
Yeah.
From the outside, it's about performance on
Performance.
these dimensions.
Yeah.
Right. So that's how I would ask homeowners to get into the detail.
Yeah.
Because you can always change a carpet. You can always even change the toilet.
Yeah.
But you can never change your window.
You can change your curtains even.
You can change your curtains.
But not the windows.
Not the windows.
तो श्याम जी मेरा एक क्वेश्चन है आपसे. बात ठीक है आपकी कि परफॉर्मेंस आप इंश्योर कर रहे हो, आप ग्लोबल ब्रांड हो, लार्जेस्ट बिजनेस कर रहे हो, और कस्टमर का ये भी सोचना होता है, होम ओनर का ये भी सोचना होता है कि मेरे 20 साल से 10 साल से विंडोज लगी हुई हैं, दे आर वर्किंग फाइन. बाय योर विंडोज, दैट बिकम्स ए बिग क्वेश्चन. बिकॉज पहले लकड़ी में क्या होता था, पहले लकड़ी आती थी, फिर कारपेंटर आता था, फिर उसका सीजनिंग प्रोसेस होता था, फिर हार्डवेयर अलग से आते थे. तो जो कॉस्ट थी वो बाय पार्ट्स लगती थी. लेकिन अब क्या है, कॉस्ट एक ही शॉट में लगती है. यू हैव टू बाय द सिस्टम विद हार्डवेयर विद एवरीथिंग. तो वाई शूको और वाई लुमानी शूको? सो ये जो क्वेश्चन है, ये कस्टमर के दिमाग में, होम ओनर के दिमाग में हर मिनट स्ट्राइक करता है जब तक वो डिसीजन नहीं ले लेता. तो इसका अगर आप आंसर करो तो दैट वुड बी रियली हेल्पफुल फॉर द ऑडियंस.
Sure. And I think India is a big market. And even now, 60% of the market is either wood, UPVC, some other type of material. And everything, I think, boils down to what is the vision of the house and how the architect has imagined the house. And there have been many cases when, let's say, my own mother, my own family has come and said, I want to replace my window. I will not recommend a Schueco window. I will do what is in the best interest of the house. So if, let's say, for example, for a particular small opening, a UPVC window or a wooden window or any other window is a good solution, then that is the right solution. Why would you go for a high performance window when for that situation there is no need? So if you have large openings, if you have openings that are facing, let's say, tough climatic or dusty conditions, if you have openings that are going to open and close very frequently, then the value that we are able to provide is justified. Okay? So we have had cases where, in a house, let's say the opening of the balcony into a park area or a patio area or a swimming pool area where it is critical for variety of factors, outside performance or inside, that has been Schueco. Every other window has been something else. And we are okay with that. Right? Our interest is to make a great house. We will work for the building. In some cases, we get the great opportunity to have the whole building with Schueco. In some not. But we work for the building. So I think my input to the homeowners is get into the details, ask the difficult questions, because it's like buying a skeleton or installing your teeth. Once you install it, there's no way, very tough way back. There's always a way back, but it's a tough way back.
Okay.
So do the work up front. And with Schueco, you can be guaranteed you'll get the best solution for your home. We will do our best to get Schueco installed, but you'll get the best solution for your home.
Okay, very good. So I have written a book on these challenges, 13 mistakes which homeowners can save their skin while buying the doors and windows and facades. So उसमें कुछ क्वेश्चंस दिए गए हैं कि कैसे वो, क्या क्वेश्चंस वो अपने वेंडर से या अपने ब्रांड सप्लायर से पूछें. तो आपके हिसाब से क्या 5 क्वेश्चन उसको पूछने चाहिए जो होम ओनर है, उसको अपने बाइंग करते हुए अपने सप्लायर से पूछने चाहिए, जिससे उसका जो डिसीजन है वो राइट हो जाए while purchasing the windows and doors?
Great question. And so the frame for me to answer that question is, I think I tell builders or homeowners, it might take you 3 years to make your house, but you will live there for 30 years. So the essence of the question is what happens in those 30 years, not what happens in the 3 years. So the first question I would ask the vendor is, who will maintain my window? If there is a problem, who will pick up the call?
Yeah.
And how soon will I get a service? Because it's like your dentist.
Yeah.
You call them maybe once in 3 years or once in a year. But when you call, he had better pick up your phone.
Yeah.
So that's the number one question, aftermarket service. And that's a topic where I think our partners have really supported us as we grew in India. But now we will also invest and do more along with the partner. So that's number one. The second question I think is, it is about the details. I would ask, who is going to work with my architect so that every detail I
Installation
wish for,
details.
is taken care of,
Yeah.
so that I don't have to compromise on my vision. Because there are many companies. Our DNA is engineering, customization, and taking care of the details along with our partners. So I would ask, if I have a special requirement, will you do it? And can you do it? And who is that person who will design it for you? And I think just these two will give you a comfort. Is that partner just selling you something that they have? Or are they a long-term partner who will be there along with the life of your home? After that, you can get into that performance of outside and inside, the range of typologies available. And then you can get into all the specifics. But for me, these are the two most important: service and design. And that will show you the strength of the company.
आपने जो बात की सर्विस की और द इंस्टॉलेशन मेथोडोलॉजी कैसे रहेगी, क्या कौन कम्युनिकेट करेगा और कैसे इंश्योर किया करेगा, क्लीन इंस्टॉलेशन के बारे में बात की. Why you are so stressing on the performance after sale service? Because किसी के भी घर पे विंडोज लगी हुई हैं तो वो तो किसी भी कारपेंटर को बुलाएगा, ठीक करवा लेगा, और किसी भी रिपेयर वाले को बुलाएगा, ठीक करवा लेगा. मेरे घर पे गीजर लगा हुआ है, गीजर खराब हो गया तो एक नहीं आएगा, दूसरा आ जाएगा. Why you are giving so much stress on the after sale service in windows?
And I think that's also a great question, and that is that evolution of the market. When I was a kid, we had a Fiat, and if the car didn't start in the morning, I knew how to fix it, and I was 10 years old. Today, we have a much more complicated car.
Yeah.
It's also a German car. If it doesn't start in the morning, I'm not touching the car.
Yeah.
I am calling a trained mechanic who will come with a computer, diagnose, and then take care of the machine. And the reason for that is, I think systems have become complicated, while on the outside it looks the same. It's a frame and glass.
Yeah.
But the details have become much more specific, much more precise, to provide that performance and the aesthetic integration. And it is not a question of मैंने screw tight कर लिया, थोड़ा chipping कर लिया, हो गया. There is much more going on there. And I think one of the things we have to do better along with our partners is show what happens in our factories.
Yeah.
What it takes to assemble one of the, let's say, the PD
Right windows. Yeah.
Right? Or if you take one of the casement windows,
Yeah.
the number of components that go in, like about 40 articles go into one casement window, taking care of each and every detail. And we had many such cases, even high-end customers who buy a window and say, हाँ मैं अपने fabricator से, अपने carpenter से handle लगवा लेता हूँ. And the moment the inauguration happens, they realize, oh, the handle is pinching my hands. And we go and tell
Comfortably.
them, comfortable nahi. And we say, that's why we have the Schueco handles, because over 75 years, we have solved this problem.
Yeah.
Right? And there's a reason everything is in there. There's a reason for each and everything. And it's not we are trying to make it more over-designed or complex. We care and we want efficiency.
Great. So I want to add in your conversation for our viewers. My question will be, first question will be, as per my book also, okay, what brand of the screws you are going to use, and what brand of the hardware you are going to use in the windows. It is not just providing the glass, hardware, and the profiles. It is not about that. So that is a very important question, I think, because अगर system integrated होगा तो ही आपको after sales service भी मिल पाएगी. In many cases we have seen people have purchased the windows, and after 5 years, 6 years, when the wear and tear happens, obviously at some point, and they are not getting the hardwares. Workers are there, suppliers are there, they are ready to serve, but they are not able to serve because hardwares are not available, compatible hardwares are not available, compatible profiles are not available. So it is a big time genuine problem. That is why I am just seconding your what you are saying. बिल्कुल ठीक बोल रहे हो आप कि जो फर्स्ट जो है वो हाई परफॉर्मेंस सर्विस जो है वो दैट इज मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेंट।
जो 30 साल आपके साथ कोई होना चाहिए।
या अपॉर्चुनिटी है, ग्लास व्यू है, परफॉर्मेंस है, नाइस विंडोज, मेक सेंस, बट व्हाट इज स्टॉपिंग अस? लाइक व्हाट द गवर्नमेंट इज डूइंग, व्हाट इज to make the people more aware about these all the aspects of the windows, about the performance, about the buying decisions, what the government is doing, और आप लोग क्या गवर्नमेंट के साथ कर रहे हो, what is coming up? जैसे एक स्टार रेटिंग होता है, हम एसी भी बाय करते हैं, 20,000 रुपए का एसी बाय करते हैं, फ्रिज बाय करते हैं 30,000 50,000 रुपए का, उसके ऊपर भी स्टार रेटिंग लगा होता है। जैसे आपने थर्मल इंसुलेशन की बात की, बिजली के बिल की बात की कि 5,000 रुपए बच जाएगा, तो ऐसा कोई स्टार रेटिंग विंडो में क्या आने वाला है? व्हाट द गवर्नमेंट गाइडलाइंस आर कमिंग अप, कैसे होने वाला है? व्हाट इज योर इनपुट ऑन इट?
दैट्स अ ग्रेट क्वेश्चन। सो the relevant body in India that works on is the BIS, and I'm very happy to and very proud that Schueco is not only leading in the committees but leading some of the committees to set the standards for doors and windows and facades in India from the performance perspective. So just recently we have released the standards for doors and windows in India, which are released by the BIS. We participated with the entire industry, all competitors, many suppliers, collected everybody's inputs, and finally that document was released. So in a few years, there will be a standard to which doors and windows will be measured. So that standard is already operational. And the government of India, along with the BIS, so Anthony John from our team, he's the chair of that committee. He's also representing India at the global level in the ISO standards. So we are doing everything from our side to bring this know-how and improve the standards step by step so that customers and homeowners get the best possible in the simplest way understandable. क्योंकि आज हम जब बात करते बोलते हैं 1.2 किलो पास्कल, 300 पास्कल, अभी आपके पास सबके पास इंजीनियरिंग डिग्री तो है नहीं। अब देखो मेरे पास भी इंजीनियरिंग डिग्री हो तो मेरे को भी समझ नहीं आता है क्या हो रहा है, राइट? तो इसको सिंपल जैसे फ्रिज वाले करते हैं, 4 स्टार लगा दिए, तो सबको समझ आता है 4 इज बेटर देन 3, राइट? So we have to bring, I think, and that's an improvement we have to make. How do we bring this complexity down to something that is simple, that people say, this window is better. Now the challenge there is, let's assume now we do that, you can get a 4-star window, I can get a 4-star window. So people say, oh yaar, ab to fir sab same ho gaye. No, at the end of the day, a BMW is a great car and Audi is a great car, but they compete on then multiple other dimensions. So वहीं से innovation आएगा कि और क्या है, और डिटेल में कैसे घुसे. So I think there is tremendous opportunity. We are doing everything with the government. We are playing a leading role, and thankfully our partners give us enough feedback. What are the service challenges, how to improve, what are customers looking for. We take those inputs and then we play whatever role we have to play to make a difference in the market.
That's great. Like you are doing so much work, so much exercise, and you are a global brand. Can you explain Schueco in 1 minute? What is the scale, what they are doing from last so many years, and कितना पुराना है, क्या कर रहे हैं, कितने लोग हैं, कितना वॉल्यूम है, कितना टर्नओवर है, आपके शब्दों में 1 मिनट में.
Globally or in India or?
I think globally will create a more perspective because India में अभी विंडोज आना शुरू हुआ है. तो globally क्या कर रहे हैं, what is going to happen over here also, that will also make a sense.
Sure. And that's a great timing for this question, and actually we have not discussed this a lot, but next year is very special for us. Schueco globally will become 75 years old, and Schueco India will become 15 years old.
Great.
So just for the audience, we have been doing this now since the time many people's parents and grandparents were born. So, and that's all we do: doors, windows, and facades. Now we are a roughly 2 billion euro company. We are probably the world's largest system provider. globally. We operate in something like 80 countries. We employ something like 5,000 people. And I think if you ask me, the range of solutions that Schueco has, doors, windows, facades, skylights, fire doors, parametric facades, screens, automatic solutions, safety solutions, the list is actually extremely wide.
Great.
And I think the power of Schueco is its purpose, which is to create outstanding buildings.
Outstanding.
So we are not a company that sells doors, windows, and facades. We are a company that wants to make outstanding buildings.
Wow. That's really
And I
great.
think underlying that is the care and the drive for efficiency. And that leads to trust in our brand. And you can always be assured that us, along with our partners, we will work for the building.
Wow. That's really inspiring, I think. And absolutely, this builds the trust with the consumers, with the homeowners as well. Okay. What are the confusions and myths for homeowners while selecting windows, and how do you address?
I think just like with any other product, I think the first, it's not a confusion. I think it's great. Today there is so much of choice, and with a lot of choice, there's a lot of noise. I don't want to call it confusion, but a opportunity for
It's
us,
a confusion for the homeowner.
for the homeowner.
Yeah.
But I see it as an opportunity for us
Hmm.
to speak loudly and speak clearly about who we are.
वो कहते हैं कि अगर सच को चिल्ला के नहीं बोला तो झूठ जीत जाएगा.
झूठ जीत जाएगा, right? So and to be honest, I think maybe it is not a question of सच and झूठ.
हाँ.
I think दुनिया में शायद 15-20 सच हों.
हाँ.
हमारा जो सच है,
हाँ.
हमें जोर से क्लियरली बोलना है,
हाँ.
ताकि लोगों को समझ आए
और बार-बार बोलना है.
बार-बार बोलना है, right? I see that as an opportunity, but I think there's so many confusions, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
people, the first confusion is price.
Yeah.
Second confusion is कितने किलो का है, right?
कितना गेज है.
कितना गेज है, कितना, you have 25 mm series, 60 mm series. So there are many nomenclatures in the market, and all the common thing in all this confusion you will find is a focus on the product.
Yeah.
And we go back and say we are not about the product, we are about your house.
About your
आप
house.
अपने लिविंग रूम के बारे में बताओ, आप अपने डिटेलिंग के बारे में बताओ,
कितना साउंड है बाहर.
हाँ, आप ये बताओ
क्या
कि
वेदर
आप
है,
जब बैठोगे आपको क्या देखना है,
क्या देखना है,
आपके मन में क्या होना चाहिए जब आप अपने लिविंग रूम में बैठे हो. वी आर फोकस्ड ऑन योर एक्सपीरियंस व्हेन यू आर इन योर लिविंग रूम, and everything that is noise is focused on the window.
Yeah.
So that is who we are. And but that's the world everybody
It's not a product, it's a solution, basically.
It's a solution, and like I said, it comes down to care and efficiency.
Yeah.
Right? We care.
Yeah. मेरे हिसाब से जो सबसे बड़ा मैथ जो मैं देखता हूँ कंज्यूमर्स जो होमओनर्स हैं कि मेरे साथ वाले ने ये यूज किया है, मेरे भी चल जाएगा.
Correct.
मेरे भाई ने 1 साल पहले, तो नॉर्मली क्या होता है कि कोई भी आपने कार बाय की, 2-4 हजार, 5 हजार, 10 हजार, 20 हजार किलोमीटर हर कार चल जाती है.
Correct.
राइट. कार के इंजन का और बॉडी का परफॉर्मेंस 50 हजार किलोमीटर चलने के बाद पता चलता है कि क्या वो साउंड इंसुलेशन दे रही है, क्या उसका कैबिन साइलेंट है, क्या उसका इंजन प्रॉपर काम कर रहा है, क्या इसके जो बाकी जो जितना भी डिजाइन है दैट इज इफेक्टिव. ये सारा ओवर द पीरियड ऑफ टाइम पता चलता है. इसी तरह से सेम थिंग इज इन द विंडोज. विंडोज आर फुल्ली engineered solutions.
Yes.
मेरी जो अंडरस्टैंडिंग है फ्रॉम लास्ट 2002 आई एम इन द विंडोज डोर्स एंड विंडोज इंडस्ट्री. सो मेरे हिसाब से दैट इज द
that is completely
या. सो अगर आपकी कार प्रॉपर इंजीनियर्ड सॉल्यूशन के साथ इंजीनियर्ड सॉल्यूशन एंड टेस्टेड नहीं है तो इट इज गोइंग टू गिव ए पेन फॉर द लॉन्ग टर्म.
Yes.
तो ये मैथ जो है मेरे साथ वाले ने लगाया है, मेरे जानने वाले ने लगाया है, और इट इज वर्किंग फाइन. और सबसे बड़ी बात पता क्या है, जिस सामने वाले ने लगाया उसमें 6x6, 7x7, 8x8 का विंडो लगाया है,
आपको 12,
और मैं यूज कर रहा हूं 10 फीट, 11 फीट, 12 फीट का विंडो. इट कैन नॉट बी द सेम सिस्टम एट ऑल.
and maybe your experience is different.
Yeah.
आपका view अलग है,
Yeah.
आपका sound situation अलग है,
Yeah.
maybe you're west facing.
Yeah.
There are so many specifics.
क्या exposure है? हाँ.
So
हाँ, श्रीनगर में वेदर ठंडा है,
exactly.
तो वहां पे यू वैल्यू कम चाहिए.
Correct.
और अगर वो दिल्ली में है तो उसका यू वैल्यू डिफरेंट चाहिए. और मे बी मतलब हर वेदर के हिसाब से सिचुएशन इज डिफरेंट, और परफॉर्मेंस आल्सो डिफर बाय दैट.
I mean, we had a project where there were 4 big bungalows, one next to the other. And what was funny was that all 4 had different requirements because they were facing different directions.
Yeah.
So we had to think कि यहाँ पे ऐसे होना चाहिए, वहाँ पे ऐसे. Concept तो same है, but implementation अलग हुआ.
Implementation अलग है.
So we like the detail.
Yeah.
Right? So, but it takes time. Everything takes time. And we are happy to speak our truth.
Yeah.
Sometimes the market comes to us, sometimes we go to the market.
Yeah.
But, the partners have been supportive and the customers have been good and we are growing.
एक और मिथ मैं आपसे शेयर करना चाहूंगा, जो आपने अभी थिकनेस की बात की है, कि भाई अगर चैनल का साइज बड़ा है और थिकनेस ज्यादा है 2.8 mm, 3 mm, 3.5 mm, तो विंडो ज्यादा सॉलिड है और ज्यादा अच्छा परफॉर्म करेगी.
करेक्ट.
ये एक मिथ है, बिकॉज इट इज अबाउट नॉट. मैं हमेशा एक बार बोलता हूँ कि फिर अगर ऐसा ही होता तो हम कार नहीं बाय कर रहे होते, ट्रक बाय कर रहे होते.
मैं तो ये बोलता हूँ, जो आप ये देखो कि आपके जो जूते होते थे स्नीकर्स 10 साल पहले मोटे होते थे. अभी जो लेट्स से प्यूमा या कोई ब्रांड बनाता है हल्के हो गए, राइट, ऑलमोस्ट इनविजिबल.
एब्सोल्युटली.
एंड दे आर मोर रोबस्ट. So I think technology improves, and the whole point is use less material, do better engineering, and give you a better product.
Absolutely. So making the large windows with the sleekest profiles.
Yes.
Thinnest and sleekest profiles.
Because material technology has improved, joining technology has improved, machining has improved, hardware has improved, gluing has improved, fabricators have improved. So everything has improved and we are able to do more with much less.
श्याम जी, मटेरियल की बात की है आपने. एक वर्जिन अलॉय होता है जो एक्सट्रूजन में यूज होता है, और एक सेकेंडरी अलॉय होता है, रिसाइकल्ड अलॉय मटेरियल होता है. क्या इम्पैक्ट है? क्या होम ओनर को ये इम्पोर्टेंट है और क्यों?
So I think that is one more level of detail, in the sense what is most important from a structural stability point of view is homogenization. यानी कि आपका जो एल्यूमिनियम है, जो एक्सट्रूजन है, हर सेक्शन में वही स्ट्रेंथ दे. So even if you recycle, you must homogenize ताकि वो यूनिफॉर्म हो जाए. That is most important. The benefit of recycling is that you save a lot of electricity in making your billets. Okay? So, and that leads to less energy consumption. So if you as a customer, as a homeowner, want to build a house with a very low carbon footprint, embodied carbon footprint, then you must go for a low carbon aluminum. And now that is available and we are able to provide that, but that is something you have to ask for. I think in India, I think we have the India's vision by 2070 to be net zero. We are also working towards that. Schueco has a vision to achieve that by 2040.
Okay.
So we are pushing hard in that direction, and you will see more coming from us in that direction. The benefit is you contribute to the environment, but the most important thing is that the technology and the delivery is such that the aluminum is uniform, structurally uniform.
तो क्या हम वर्जिन एल्यूमिनियम यूज करते हैं?
So right now we are using virgin aluminum. We are now working with our suppliers to see how to use recycled, have the right sequence of manufacturing operations so that we get the uniform homogenized aluminum. Second, we are working with our suppliers to see if they can use renewable sources of energy. So that, because 67% of India is still on coal, so every time you use electricity, somebody is burning coal for you. So more solar, more wind. So these two topics bring you a big reduction in carbon, and we are working with our suppliers to do that. And in a few years, we will be pushing for something like a 50% reduction in our carbon content, if not more.
Very nice. So, Shyam ji, we have in Damsun Luxe stocks, we have a rapid rounds. So now let's have a rapid fire round one. These are simple questions. You have to give a quick replies, right? Sliding or casement? The
Casement.
designer's dilemma.
Casement.
Okay. Aluminium, wood, or UPVC?
Aluminum, but with intelligent integration of wood, I think gives a great aesthetic.
Clear glass or tinted? Your personal favorite.
Clear glass.
One Indian city where you would love to launch a Schueco Experience Center.
We are already in Delhi. That's a hard question. The next place we would love to do is somewhere near Bombay, and God willing, we do that next.
The one thing clients always think they know about fenestration but don't.
Nobody thinks about cleaning the window after it is installed. How to clean a window after it is installed,
Okay,
especially if you're living on the 50th floor.
I understand. That's good. Let's again come to the point. We discussed about the testing. You told about the something over the BI standards. But what are the global testing mechanisms Schueco is following from the last 74 years, you can say, and how they have ensured the very strong, durable, and robust product globally, because it is being sold in even in the China, even in Germany, and everywhere, every part of the 80 countries, it is being sold and successfully being installed, and even in India. So, what are the testing parameters being followed globally?
So exactly what you said, right? So we make designs that are usable across the world. Now, that has pros and cons. In some countries, that would be considered over-designed. But here is our thought process. And just to give a simple example, we invested into India in a new product development area with about 30 to 40 team members. And now we are able to design from India for the Middle East, for Japan, for Brazil, for the US. Now, sitting here and designing for the world tells us, it's already teaching us what all we have to do to make a successful window. Just testing to standards, let's say European standards, is sometimes not enough. The Japanese standards require seismic testing to a very high degree and typhoon level testing. So just imagine the Mumbai rains times 20. Now that's a different world, right? So how do you design windows for that level of climate protection? So we look at every country. So we have a system base. It's like the equivalent of, let's say, if you take the BMW 3 Series, how do you sell a 3 Series in Japan versus the UK versus India versus the US? The platform is the same, but the details then matter, right? How high is your car base because of the road conditions.
Local conditions. Yeah.
But the platform remains the same.
Yeah.
If you sit in a 3 Series in Germany or India, plus minus you get the same experience, but it manages the road differently.
Yeah.
So that is the engineering secret sauce.
Okay.
That is the test standards.
Yeah. Global product, but locally engineered.
Locally engineered and tested for local conditions.
Tested for the local conditions.
Because, for example, in India, water penetration is a big topic.
Yeah.
Whereas in Germany, thermal insulation is a big topic.
Yeah.
So you have the same window system, but you apply it differently.
Yeah.
Right? So we have, I think, as a system company, we make platforms on which different products could be made.
Yeah.
Right? So then I can test this product for that standard, this product for that standard.
Yeah.
But the platform, the concept, the fundamental inside performance, the aesthetic detailing, the requirements, they remain constant.
They will be same. And these are being tested in the global laboratories.
So Schueco has our own Schueco test center in our head office in Bielefeld. It is a registered European test center. So many systems are tested there. And while Schueco operates it, it's a neutral test lab. And there are other entities that do the same, and we would always test at a third party. Even in India, we have a small test facility where we test our systems, our new systems that we develop. But at the end of the day, before we go to the market, we would like a certificate from a neutral third party testing to global standards.
That's very nice. So next question is, where do you see India's role in the global fenestration supply chain?
That is a difficult question. I think I had a different answer 1 month ago, and 1 month later now I have a different answer given all the turbulence caused by the US.
Yes.
I think the phrase global supply chain, I don't think now we are clear what that means anymore. I think what is clear is you have to be present where the opportunity is present. And everybody has to now get their act together. Now, what we feel is in India, we are in front of the river Ganges. I don't think there is any shortage of potential. It is how big is your bucket. We have our ambition level, and our business model is we work and develop our partners and we work and develop our suppliers. We want to be self-sufficient. So we want to take the global standard, bring all of us, ourselves, our partners and our suppliers to that global standard, and make sure we capture the potential in India. The global supply chain will take care of itself, because today something happens, tomorrow something else happens. My responsibility is to our partners and our team members and their families. The globe will somehow manage.
Okay.
But to that extent, I mean, let me also add this. We are very aggressive to buy the best technologies wherever they are in the world. So we do get material from Germany, we get material from the Middle East, we get material from Japan, we get material from the Southeast Asian region, we get some material from China as well, where their quality is better. So we are not shy about getting the best technology. But today, and I'm very happy, pretty much whatever you want is available in India. Or there are people who are willing to invest and make it available in India. And there's no shortage of resources, there's no shortage of skill. It's a question of, I think, partnership and support.
Okay.
And working together. So I don't have a good answer to your question, but I think we
I
go through a
understand.
difficult phase.
It is a turbulence phase,
Turbulent phase. So what is
decisions.
global supply chain?
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
very clear at the moment.
So your one message to the homeowners:
Trust us.
trust us. Okay. One message to the architects:
Push us.
push us. Can you explain more?
Push us and create designs that blow people's minds. Push us to make it happen.
So we have that design backup and all.
We have the capability.
Okay.
Come to the welcome forum here. You will see what we can do. So push us to our limits. We have not said no to a job still, and this reflects to our morning discussion. While we have grown, maybe we need to push the boundaries more.
That's really great. That's a really great mindset, I must say. We have not spoken about the hospitality industry. We have done a lot of projects. Schueco is very much involved in the hospitality projects, and hospitality industry is booming all over in India. So, what is your message to the hospitality industry, and what you guys are doing specifically for the hospitality industry?
You're right. I think we see a number of factors driving this hospitality. I think increase in the level of local tourism. So I think given the government's push to travel within India, there's a big push to create many more hotels in very popular locations and some unknown locations. The second is this entire topic of religious tourism. So whichever religion, there are some, every religion has several bases within India. Now people want to travel and be comfortable. So that is driving a lot of the hospitality. And I think these two factors we are very sensitive to. We have done many hotels, and I was personally surprised by the number of hotels we had done. And some of our best works have actually been in hospitality. So I'll mention three. I think one is the ITC Dharamshala, which you had done. I think it's one of the best, both in terms of execution and the property and the location.
That hotel belongs to late veteran actor Vinod Khanna. Yeah.
Okay. Right. So, but that I think it's a great property. The second is ITC Royal Bengal in Calcutta, where they challenged us to do I think 45 or 50 decibels of sound reduction, which we specially engineered and tested for them.
Yeah.
And then another one we are doing in Lucknow, the Taj Lucknow. I think the most complex facade I have seen. So I think the hospitality industry, and there are many more. There's Hilton in Kathmandu. There's a lot more very complex designs. And I would just tell architects, the hotels have, I think, a bigger burden than commercial office spaces to project art, to project, prestige. And I think that's where architects can really play a role and say, let us really go crazy. And we are here to deliver. Right? So, whether it be sound. So, for example, near the Aero City, we are doing a couple of hotels, very high-end hotels, and suddenly a regulation comes in, they need bulletproof glass.
Okay.
Right? So, we are happy to do that. We have done that.
Okay. Bulletproof glass.
Bulletproof glasses,
Okay.
but you need the system to support it. You need automatic windows, no
Okay.
problem.
Okay.
There's a brilliant window over here that is a concealed vent. So from the outside, it looks like the unitized facade, but it's actually a door. So when you need access to a balcony, you can have really great architectural designs, but have seamless openings. So there are so many hospitality specific solutions. Again, come to the IWF, I think, explore what is possible, and then I think push us and then trust us.
एक स्टोरी मेरे पास भी है. तो there is a hotel in Fairfield Marriott in Dehradun, and in the top rooms there were the chillers.
Yeah.
तो आर्किटेक्ट सेड कि मेरे को यहाँ पे 52 डेसिबल का साउंड इंसुलेशन चाहिए, एंड विच वाज ऑलमोस्ट डिफिकल्ट टू अचीव थ्रू द विंडोज. So we did some engineering along with the architect and did louvers and make the windows as per that, and we achieved 54 decibel sound insulation on the pillow. So that was an achievement. That was a really inspiring and achievement.
And I think
that was a big challenge.
Yes. And hotels come with these kinds of challenges.
Yeah.
And many builders, architects sometimes don't push the engineering limit.
Yeah.
So, and I think that entire topic, go crazy, push us and trust us. I think
एक मिथ और भी है इसमें व्हेन इट कम्स टू द होटल इंडस्ट्री, कि अगर किसी को बोलते हैं कि होटल में कि उस 5 स्टार होटल में ये प्रोडक्ट यूज हुआ है, तो जो होम ओनर है वो ये बोलता है यार 5 स्टार होटल वालों के पास बहुत सारे पैसे होंगे, तो दे हैव द, तो डू यू थिंक सो 5 स्टार होटल्स हैव द एंडलेस बजट?
no, at the end of the day, they are a business, right? And it is a brutal industry, because at the end of the day, there's an investment that has to generate uncertain returns. So they are very careful in their construction and cost, and very conscious about actually maintenance. So maintenance is a big problem in hotels that they pay special attention to. And if you go, actually personally, I've had the opportunity to stay at the Oberoi chain once in a while. And they actually promote several vendors, and they expect their visitors to ask, where did you buy this pillow? So every staff member knows every interior item where it was bought.
Wow.
Right? And they promote it because people say this bed was very comfortable, or the mattress was very comfortable.
So they are sharing the knowledge.
Right. So I think that is worth exploring. Because again, to remember, right, you build your house for 3 years, you live for 30. So if a hotel has done some detailing that is great, maybe you don't capture the window, but take the detail and push your vendor for that detail. Maybe there is a solution for a home. And Schueco will definitely have it. Because what we sell in a hotel is not what we sell in a home. So if you tell us that's the detail I want, we'll solve it for your home.
So एक और एंगल भी है इसका, सेम जो बात आपने बोली है कि होटल इज ए वेरी ब्रूटल इंडस्ट्री. यस, एब्सोल्युटली, इट इज वेरी कॉम्पिटिटिव. But they have to ensure the maintenance free windows.
Yes.
And there is always the agencies, the hotel team तो होती है, Marriott है, ताज है, और फिर Honor है, फिर then PMC है, Architect है. There is a team who is deciding on the product. तो होम ओनर के पास क्या होता है कि भाई मेरे साथ वाले ने लगाया है, मेरे भाई ने यूज़ किया है, मेरे फ्रेंड ने यूज़ किया है, तो वहाँ पे जो लगा है मेरे वो लगा दो. वहाँ पे कोई इस चीज़ को वैलिडेट करने वाला कोई नहीं है कि भाई ये मेंटेनेंस आएगी नहीं आएगी, आफ्टर सेल आएगी नहीं आएगी, कल को ये साउंड इंसुलेशन देगा या नहीं देगा, थर्मल इंसुलेशन देगा या नहीं देगा. नोबडी इज देयर, बिकॉज आपने मारुति 800 में सफर किया है. यू डोंट नो व्हाट द इनोवा विल गिव कंफर्ट. Once you have experienced about the Innova, then you know.
Then that becomes
what is your expectation, right? तो expectation पता ही नहीं है. राइट. तो होटल इंडस्ट्री में क्या है कि होटल इंडस्ट्री में एक्सपेक्टेशन एब्सोल्युटली क्लियर होती है डे वन पे.
एग्जैक्टली.
ठीक है, तो वहां पे सिर्फ परफॉर्मेंस सिस्टम ही यूज हो सकते हैं, नॉन परफॉर्मिंग सिस्टम यूज नहीं हो सकते, फिल्टर आउट हो जाते हैं.
एंड इफ दे डू देन दे पे अ प्राइस लेटर.
या सो व्हाट आई मीन टू से कि होटल्स में अंधाधुंध पैसा नहीं है, बहुत लिमिटेड पैसा है, बहुत टाइट होता है, लेकिन परफॉर्मेंस बहुत फिक्स होता है कि दिस इज अ 5 स्टार होटल, दिस इज द परफॉर्मेंस दे हैव टू अचीव एंड दे हैव टू गेट इट बाय ऑल मींस, अदरवाइज इट विल नॉट वर्क. राइट. तो मॉक्स होते हैं, सैंपल्स लगते हैं, सैंपल लगने के बाद उसका टेस्ट होता है एंड देन इट गोज ऑन. राइट. तो इसमें बहुत सारे जो स्मॉल या फॉर से ब्रांड्स होते हैं वो पीछे रह जाते हैं, दे तो फिल्टर आउट हो जाता है. तो ये भी एक एंगल है, ये भी एक क्वेश्चन हो सकता है, आपने कौन कौन से 5 स्टार होटल्स में इंस्टॉल किया है.
एग्जैक्टली.
ये एक होमओनर के लिए एक एंगल हो सकता है, एक क्वेश्चन हो सकता है, आपने कौन कौन से 5 स्टार होटल्स में इंस्टॉल किया है. गिव मी 5 रेफरेंसेस.
एंड इफ यू हैव डन दैट देन यू हैव मेट अ सर्टेन स्टैंडर्ड ऑलरेडी.
या तो ऑटोमेटिकली बहुत सारी नॉइस जो है आपके पूरी लिस्ट में से, जो भी आपने वेंडर लिस्ट बनाई है उसमें से नॉइस हट जाएगी एंड यू विल हैव द मोर क्लैरिटी अबाउट योर डिसीजन.
यस, एग्जैक्टली.
ठीक है.
दैट्स अ वेरी गुड पॉइंट.
या सो व्हाट इज योर फाइनल मैसेज फॉर द हॉस्पिटैलिटी इंडस्ट्री, फॉर द होटल ओनर्स?
I think for hotel owners, my message is I think we share a common value system that we care. I think the hotel industry, the hospitality industry is built on that thesis that they must care for their visitors. And with I think Schueco and our partners like Lumani, you will find that same value system that we care. Right? So I think it's a great fit, and work with partners who believe in your value system and then trust us to do our job. And we have done that for 15 years and we'll do that for
in
the
India.
next 15. In India.
Yeah.
And we'll do that for the next 15 and the next 15.
Yeah, great. So this is the rapid fire round 2.
Okay.
So the heading is shut the door on the boredom. Okay. If you were a window, and what type of would you be? Bay, skylight or corner slider?
Skylight.
One architect you would love to work with?
I'm going to avoid that question. I want to work with every architect.
What's one piece of fenestration tech you wish you invented?
A robotic window cleaning solution.
The most underrated feature in a premium door or window?
A corner cleat.
Well said. One word that describes Schueco in India right now?
I will go back to our purpose, hashtag Desh Banao.
Great. I would say trust and performance. Yeah. Great. So, Mr. Shyam, thank you very much for your inputs, your discussion. Really enjoyed. Your final message to the architects, homeowners, and developers.
I think my message to everybody watching this is I think India is on a cusp of doing something really great. And I think we are fortunate and privileged to be in this time at our ages with an ability to contribute to, I think, what the future generations will look back and say, these are the people who built the foundations of a great nation. So I think we are very lucky to be in this phase.
Yes.
And specifically, I think, to our industry, and that is why we have the phrase in our team called hashtag Desh Banao, that at the end of the day, I think there are many great people with a vision to change the skylines of India, to build, make their visions of homes come to life. And we are part of that journey. That is our only purpose, to make outstanding buildings and to build the country that all of us can be proud of. And our team's, I think, innate need is that when we go out with our families on the road, we like to, I tell my mother, I tell my wife, that is a Schueco building. I don't say, that is a builder blah blah's building. That is a Schueco building.
Yeah. You own the project. You own the.
That is our building.
Yeah, that is our thought process.
That is our thought process. And I want our families, our team members' families to proudly say, my father made that, my mother made that.
Yeah.
And that is the level of pride we carry. And that is, I think, the kind of partnership we would be able to offer
futuristic,
long term.
Yeah.
Right? We will be with you through the life of your building. We are here for the long term. I think we have some of the best partners in the country. They have been with us through thick and thin. We are not perfect, but what I can guarantee is that we are always learning.
We are committed.
We are committed, and we will keep improving and keep innovating. Right. So that's our message. So again, push us and trust us.
Thank you very much, Mr. Shyam. Really had a conversation along with insights, along with the fun. You have absolutely clarity of thoughts. Like you spoke about the cleat. The one thing which is underrated. It's really insight. It is very important. To our audience, thank you very much for viewing this podcast. I think we have answered some such क्वेश्चंस मे बी वो क्वेश्चन आपके दिमाग में भी ना हो, तो हमने पूरी कोशिश की है, ईमानदारी से कोशिश की है कि आपके डोर्स, विंडोज़ और फसाड्स को लेके जो क्वेश्चंस हों जो कि अभी तक आंसर नहीं हुए हैं वो आंसर हो जाएं और आपको ट्रस्ट आए और आपको एक फ्रेमवर्क मिले जिससे आप डिसीजंस ले पाओ, राइट डिसीजंस ले पाओ. बिकॉज वी आर सीइंग कि बहुत सारे कस्टमर्स पेन फील कर रहे हैं आफ्टर टेकिंग द डिसीजंस, आफ्टर बाइंग द विंडोज, डोर्स एंड फसाड्स left, right, and center in the pan India. So thank you very much for watching us. There is a book written by me, 13 mistakes on purchasing of the doors and windows. We are going to share the link of the book. But if you would like to have that book, buy that book, you can go in that link and buy that book from Amazon for sure. Really do not, if you like the conversation, if you like the content, please subscribe, share, and join us on the our channel. That would be really great. Thank you very much for watching us. Stay tuned.